Well, good evening once again. It is that time. We're getting pretty regular this Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central thing, but
Seem to
it's
be.
time once again for another edition of the Champion Brothers ChampCast, Bubba's Big Broadcast, or
Let's talk some Southern gospel.
that's right over there's Neil.
Time to again. Chris is right there as
Something
always.
like that.
You know how I
One of these
always
days
back my
we'll get
hand
that
up?
point. Yeah,
Always
we'll
start
get
there
the
and back
point right
there.
one of these days.
Yeah, anyway.
But it's a great time to talk about some Southern gospel, and we appreciate everybody jumping on and joining us this evening. And we've got a special guest that we're going to bring on sooner rather than later because we are wanting to tell you about a big event that's coming up. Neil, take over and tell them about it right quick while I put the picture up.
Let's do that. Yes, Saturday, March 18th. That's 1 week from this Saturday. Boy, it has got here in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
1 week from this coming Saturday, March 18th at the Fayette Civic Center. We're going to have another good Southern gospel concert there. Started having these last year, had 3 events. We were encouraged enough to, hey, let's continue this. So we doing just that. So the 1 year anniversary just about of having the Dixie Echoes in Fayette, Alabama. Had them there last March, got them back again this year, March 18th, 6 p.m. We'll be starting. Just like all the events last year, no admission charge to come and be a part of this night and be able to enjoy this music, enjoy the worshipful time that we have when we gather like this, and to enjoy some quartet singing by the Dixie Echoes. Well, I am looking forward to it. Um, Faithful friends will sing a few, chosen witness will sing a few, but then it'll be a night of the Dixie Echoes. And what a great night it will be, not a doubt in my mind. Um, there is accessible entrance to the building. Some people have asked me about that. You don't have to walk stairs. When you first walk in, there's stairs up into the auditorium, but there's an accessible way to go right around to the left. We'll help you show you that. We don't have to climb those stairs. And what a good, just a good venue to have Southern gospel music there at the Fayette Civic Center.
Well, without any further ado, I thought I'd be slick, but of course I messed something up. So some of you might have already got a peek of it. But ladies and gentlemen, if you will, put your hands together and make welcome our special guest tonight, none other than Scoot Shelnut. Right there he is.
Thank
Yes.
you, one and
Oh,
all.
they're going crazy.
Yes. Yes.
How you
Yes.
doing?
Do good, man. How about y'all?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be a Shelnut. So.
There you go.
Mighty fine.
Oh man! Well, first I gotta say, man, love the hat. Y'all
Hey,
selling them, or is that
my
special
beautiful
made?
wife, my beautiful wife Penny gave me that for Valentine's Day. She had
Wow,
that
how
Oh,
about that?
custom made.
custom made.
Oh,
All right.
Well,
man, you causing me to covet my neighbor's goods already. I'm breaking 10 commandments. We ain't even 5 minutes in
now
yet. No.
I kind of want that Braves hoodie, so we're
Okay,
even.
all right. Well, that was a gift from my daughter, who has become the sports fanatic of the family along with me.
Oh,
So, but man, we are so looking forward to seeing you a week from Saturday again, and looking forward to y'all coming back to Fayette, Alabama. I hope y'all are.
us too. Yeah, we had such a good time last year, and been looking forward to it this whole time. And if everybody just come and bring a friend, boy, we'll have that place slam packed.
Sure enough.
Absolutely. And that's my dream is to just fit it up for a Southern Gospel Quartet night. So that's what we're working towards.
Neil said
It's gonna
something
be
earlier.
fun.
Neil said something earlier about the Civic Center being a good venue. Do you agree with that statement?
I do. It's very nice. It's got a lot of room in the foyer. You can roam around and see all your buddies, see everybody, and the theater itself is just really nice inside. And uh, I was really impressed. I'd never been there before last year, and it's a beautiful place. I'm surprised, nothing's really happened there in a long time.
It's the old elementary school, the old grammar school, as they called it back in the
Oh,
day. And the week following our event, they are having the 40th anniversary of the Civic Center, and
wow.
having a local band come in and play. So, but
Hmm.
yeah, there's been a lot of events there. There's an art museum downstairs. I don't know if you're interested in art and all that kind of stuff, but we can
Yeah,
take you down there and let you see it if you're
yeah, I wouldn't
interested in
mind
it.
seeing that actually.
But it's a neat little place here in West Alabama, and I'm mighty proud of it and looking forward to having the Dixie Echoes back there a week from Saturday on the 18th. Let's say hey to some folks right quick. Megan Edgeworth joining in and saying hey to Chris and Neal, and she said hey to Scoot as well.
Howdy,
And
howdy.
friend Mal Mallory says, good evening, brothers. Look, Jason Bain said, Scoot is the man.
Oh, well, he don't know no better.
Bless him. And, let me see. Rachel's, Jason's wife's checking in as well as Joel Bobo and Robert Bradford and Judy Armstrong. More on that in a minute. Neal, I didn't get a chance to tell you this. I told Scoot before you made it in here.
Okay.
But she requested a Dixie Echoes song that we're going to try to get on here before we get out
All right. That'll work.
tonight. But
I've
Scoot,
heard
I
of them.
mean, yeah,
Have you?
I like them a lot. Would you rather start with today and go backwards, or and do some history and come forward?
It
I'll let
does
you
not
make
matter.
that
It don't
call.
matter to me at all. Just you take a pick, take your pick, flip a coin, whatever you got to do.
Well, let's start with today, but it kind of relates back to a lot of the history with the new album that you've got out, Music and Melody. Just
Okay.
talk a little bit about how that came to be, and I think y'all may have set a record but for longest time between album releases, but then
I
there's a
know we did.
cajillion and COVID reasons for that, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
talk a
we
little bit
had.
about the latest release.
We finally got one out. It literally took us 5 years. Well, between COVID, like you say, and personnel changes, we'd had almost a whole album learned with uh, our former tenor singer. And I won't mention any names, but Stephen. Um, but yeah, just tons of things happened, and we lost track of what time, honestly. And then, but we finally got this one out. We wanted to do a 60th anniversary album, but COVID happened, and so just everything got pushed back so far. But we finally got this one out. We kind of went back and grabbed some old Dixie Echo songs and recut them with this current group that we have now. And and we recorded, I think, 3 different songs that we've never recorded before. So it's got a little bit of everything. We even threw some old Dixie Echo songs, old recordings from the past with my grandfather and Calvin Runyon and Coy Cook and the old group. So it's got a little bit of everything for everybody.
Well, let's listen to one. Let's just start it at cut number 1. I feel
Okay.
like Kyle Cantrell on Sidetracks on Bluegrass Junction, but when they do that and just go through all the way through an album. But this is
Oh, yeah.
a song called Just for Today. Got any word you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's a song my granddad recorded with the Rhythm Masters Quartet. When he was in high school, they started that group. And so this is an oldie, but nobody, to my knowledge, has done that since they recorded it back in the 50s.
Well, let's listen to the Dixie Echoes and their new, fresh arrangement of an old classic song, and Just for Today.
Just for today, I won't let Satan in. Just for today, I know that I can win. Just for today, I'll keep him on the run. If he gets me, it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. I don't worry about tomorrow. I'm concerned about today. Soon this life of sin and sorrow, it will all pass away. I don't worry about sickness. The great physician, he understands. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow, Sunday never dawn. But for today, I know that I can hold his hand. Just for today, I won't let Satan in. Just for today, I know that I can win. Just for today, I'll keep him on the run. If it gets me, it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. I woke up this morning, I talked to Jesus, and he told me what to do. Gave me strength, gave me courage down on my knees. Right then I knew he'll be with me in the morning. He'll be with me noon and night. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow sun may never dawn, but for today I know that I'll walk in the light. Just for today I won't let Satan in. Just for today I know that I can win. Just for today I'll keep him on the run. If it gets me it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Just for today I won't let Satan in. Just for today I know that I can win. Just for today I'll keep him on the run. If it gets me it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow never comes.
The Dixie Echoes, and Just for Today here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. That is off of their latest album. Can you still say brand new if that was released when during convention
3 months
last
ago?
year?
Yeah, something like that.
But we're glad to have Scoot Shelnut with us tonight. And Neal, turn your mic on and join us, if you will.
I was just smiling. I thought you could hear that through the mute. You know.
I heard you, buddy.
But let's catch up and say hey to some more folks that checked in tonight. I did one of those, what do they call it, synergies, or I don't know, but trying to send out a bunch of stuff, or not a bunch of stuff, but send to a bunch of people that we were going to be on tonight. And I tagged both of y'all in it because I knew Scoot had a whole lot more followers on the face bag than we do put together. So
They're all bots.
I figured they
bots.
But say hey to some more folks. Jim Cox checking in tonight, and Richard
Oh,
Harris.
no, not Jim.
And, yes, Carol Duran and Johnny Duran. And let's look here on the comments. And Gail Folk Smith over in Mississippi says, hey, guys, good to see you. And our old pal Johnny Duran says, hello, friends, looking good. Look here. Penny Joe Shelnut says, nice hat.
Liking that, yeah.
Well, how you doing?
And look, right there's Chris Kiner checking in. That's so good. He's another old quartet guy, so appreciate you.
Sure.
I think I remember him winning seats to Memphis Quartet Show one year when we did a giveaway.
Well, there you go. He's down in Linden, Alabama, pastoring at Linden Baptist Church. One of the 8,412,713 people that have sung with Buddy Poe and the Southman through the years. So, no, I'm just taking on.
Chris, do you remember the piano track Chris Conner cut for us for The Ground is Level about 100 years ago?
Yeah.
I think I still got that.
Don't you?
Do what?
You still got it.
I think I still got it on a floppy disk because it was for the keyboard that we saved them on floppy disk. But yeah, I got it captured there from 100 years ago. Yeah. Wow. Anyway.
But Scott Boland says he's putting this tree on the big screen tonight. That could be dangerous. And Mike Carroll says, hello.
How do I look?
So glad to have all of y'all joining us tonight, and appreciate you stopping by, and keep commenting. And we got to do what is it all the influencers do? Be sure and like and share and all that kind of good stuff, because we
click the bell to get notified, all those things.
Yeah. One other one that just popped up that I'm going to do, Faithful Friends checks in, and I'll let you guess which one is manning the account tonight. Says, wow, the Crumbs man is on tonight.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
I did just eat Chick-fil-A, so I probably do have crumbs.
Oh, okay.
But Ken Cook has just let everybody know that if they come to the singing, they're going to hear Scoot Shelnut sing Crumbs from the Table, because he's not going to let you leave until you do. So just
I'll gladly do it.
Tell Dad to plan on that. So we got to honor our elders, that's for sure.
There you go. Respect the elders. That's right.
Well, Scoot, I wanted to ask you about I was looking at the album cover a while ago, and you were talking about personnel changes through the years, but I'm going to scoot myself over to the middle. See what I did there?
Hey, and, I like it.
So you can still be on the screen, but tell us who everybody is in case they don't know for some reason who all's in the
Okay.
Dixie Echoes these days.
Well, the super old guy on the left, that's my dad. His name's Randy Shelnut Sr. And the super handsome guy there in the second slot, that's me. And singing bass for us is Mark Cates. He's been with us off and on since about 2012, really. But he finally has gotten to where he could stay with us full time, and we're loving having him back. He's been back with us since around July last year, I guess it was. But we're loving having him back. And on the tenor is Trenton Williamson. He's been with us about around 2 years now, and I tell you, one of the best tenor singers to me that we've ever had.
He's a dandy,
and he's a young guy. He's 24 years old from Summerall, Mississippi.
Yeah.
But he's doing such a fantastic job, and we love him. He's such a nice guy, and people seem to love him everywhere. He's one of those kind of personalities that you just can't help but like him.
Agreed.
I think it may have been that night that I think y'all had gotten on while you had just finished an early concert or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But is it true that you got your inspiration for this record cover from this picture?
Very similar, yeah.
From Hog and
How'd
the
you
Boys.
guess? I mean,
I don't know. It just, I just saw
we
that.
nailed the look, man.
When I saw the album cover, and then I saw that, and I was like, well, there's a little similarity there. But
I can't tell which one's me or not. They all look kind of like me.
Oh, but man, we are so looking forward to y'all being with us on March the 18th, 1 week from Saturday night. And let's see here. I'm looking to see. Yeah, okay. I was checking on some other stuff. But at 6 o'clock at the Fayette Civic Center in Fayette, Alabama. Hope y'all will come and be with us. And we're visiting with Scoot Shelnut tonight. Neal, I'm going to hand you the microphone. I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
Well, that's fine. Fine for you to do it. I
mean, you take this in whatever direction you want to now.
Yeah, when we started these things back, or started these events, we just wanted to, me and you just kind of independently were thinking about bringing more groups to our area like it used to be when we were growing up. There seemed to be a lot more coming, and we kind of, we're on the same brain wave, and we started these events up. And I mean, one of the first ones that you and I both mentioned was the Dixie Echoes. I mean, that was kind of like no question. That's somebody we wanted to bring. And then to just have them as a fixture annually, that makes even more sense because, if you want to talk quartet singing, I mean, just don't go any further than the Dixie Echoes. So that's why, they're there. And on top of that, they're nice guys. Isn't that something, boy? Because every group you come across is not like that. So you can actually sit down and talk to them. Isn't that something? And if y'all come that night, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah. You can sit down or stand up out there in the lobby and actually have a conversation with them. Isn't that something? But anyway, I need to stop and get off of that. But anyway, all the years of Dixie Echoes music, I just take times because I do like the vinyl records and the history in Southern gospel and gathering them up, as you and I have talked about a lot of times, Scoot, because you're the granddaddy of that as far as I'm concerned, as far as gathering those records. But when I look at the ones that I don't have anywhere near all the Dixie Echoes, but I've got, I don't know, 35 or 40, something like that, maybe Dixie Echoes. And I start going through them sometimes and just have a Dixie Echoes day, like I might have a Rebels day, or I might have a Prophets day, and some of those groups from the past. And boy, just what great music. And I love hearing the stuff that was recorded in the past, like that your granddad was a part of, and then the things that you guys bring back and even redo, and just how fresh it still is when I look, and it was on an album originally in the 60s, and then I hear you guys singing it, and I mean, it truly is timeless music. Southern gospel music is.
It is.
And there was one of those that I had in mind. Can we step back now, Chris? Can we turn the clock back? Or
it's your show. You do what you want to do.
Is it really my show? You keep reminding me of that. That's good. There was one that you went back and got several years ago that your granddad did, and it's definitely one of mine and Loretta's favorites. Loretta, I know she's watching. Hey, Loretta. And hey, Mom, I know Mom's watching too. And
they're calling now.
Yeah, somebody was. Somebody didn't silence their phone. But But Now I Have Everything is a song I want to talk about. And Chris, I think we've got it by Dale Shelnut, that original recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to.
You got the good version.
Well,
Oh,
hey,
stop it.
we might do a twofer here. We might do a twofer, Dixie Echoes and twofer on the same song, even. But I would like to share that. That Now I Have Everything from, was it the 60s? I believe is when it was originally recorded.
1969.
So I was gonna say 69 or 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's listen to that version first, and then right after it, we'll play one from a few years after that with Scoot singing the lead on Now I Have Everything. Here it is on the Champion Brothers broadcast from the Dixie Echoes.
But heartaches and trouble. I was seeking for fortune and fame. I had nothing but doubts and confusion. Now I have everything, and I was making big plans for my future. Oh, I was living my lifetime in vain. Then I prayed for life's only meaning, and now I have everything. I have everything I need to make me happy. I have Jesus to show me the way. He has saved me and gave me life eternal. And now I have everything. And now I have everything. And now I have everything. I had nothing but heartaches and trouble. I was seeking for fortune and fame. I had nothing but doubt and confusion. But now I have everything, and I was making big
Coffin, are there any questions? There better not be. There's some fine singing right there, a few decades apart. The Dixie Echoes, and Now I Have Everything here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. What is it George Aunts used to say? If your eyes leak, your head won't swell. That's good stuff right there, man. And let's check the comments right quick. Trenton Williamson, I think you know him. He chimed in and said, one of my all-time favorite songs, been trying to get Scoot to do it again. To which Loretta replies, y'all need to. You got a little over a week to do it. To which Trenton replies, I'm down.
No, I didn't want to get something started now, but
Yeah, way to go.
yeah.
I probably couldn't hit them notes if my life depended on it now.
I was just sitting there thinking, I
That's been
said,
about
have you
15
ever
years ago.
have you ever recorded anything higher than that?
I have actually, but not much higher.
Before your voice changed, maybe? No.
Yeah, just about.
And Billy Shaw said, now that's a real deal. Sing it, guys. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So if you like that kind of music, come be with us on the 18th, a week from Saturday night at the Fayette Civic Center.
That is my lovely wife's birthday. It's March 18th, so I'm gonna be with you two knuckleheads.
Oh, boy.
Or
Well, glad we could help.
Everyone's in order. No.
Glad we could help. Penny, please
man.
accept our apologies.
Yes, or whatever. Okay. Alice, Miss Alice Baines checked in tonight. Our old friend Dwayne Guyton as well, and the aforementioned Trenton Williamson. So glad to have all of y'all with us this evening. So, Scoot, you make me feel bad now. I didn't realize that.
It's totally
last
fine.
year,
Totally
what
fine.
was it? It was Trenton. I think one of his family members was getting married or something.
That's right.
He
His
wasn't
sister
with
got
us.
married. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
we had to
tenor
settle.
singer Go
Had to
ahead.
settle for Wesley Smith on that last year. But
Who was the tenor singer on that version of Now I Have Everything
right,
with you
had
singing
to
on
scrape
it.
the bottom of the barrel. So on that one, so.
Yeah. So,
No, well, actually, while we're talking about that, Memphis Quartet Show, I do want to mention that.
absolutely.
June 21st through 24th, we're having the Dixie Echoes reunion that's going to consist mostly of that version of the group you just heard with myself and Dad and Pat Barker and Wesley Smith, and Stuart Barnadoe will play piano with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun at the Thursday matinee of Memphis Quartet Show this year.
But keep talking about where it is and how they get tickets or where they need to go
Yeah,
to find out more information.
It's just quartetshow.com, not Memphis Quartet Show, just quartetshow.com.
Mhm.
And you can order your seats through that. And the schedule's all up to date on there, the lineup and everything. So that website will tell you pretty much everything you need to know. But we have every quartet you can think of: Gold City, Kingsman, Blackwood Brothers, Triumph, Ernie Haas, Second Half Quartet, Inspirations, you name them, they'll be there pretty much. So make sure to check out that website, and we'll just have a lot of fun if every one of y'all would show up.
And the building where it's being held, doesn't it have some connection to the history of the original quartet convention?
It is at the exact same site of the first quartet convention. The Ellis Auditorium used to be right there where the Cannon Center is now. That's where we have the concert. But they've torn that old building down and redid the whole thing. But there's still a lot of history in that little site. You kind of feel it when you walk in the room. You know, it's an interesting feeling to know what all went down in that place. It's just a great venue for a concert.
So be sure and go to quartetshow.com and check out all that information. And it's one of those bucket list items that Neal's gotten to check off several times, and I haven't gotten to do it yet. But I'm crossing my fingers because that's right in the peak season of the water park that I help work at, and so I'm like, I need to slip away. I'm not just gonna say y'all got it for a few days. I'm going quartetting, so. But I know it's going to be a great time. Let's go back to the current album. And you mentioned earlier, and I was running down the list and trying to figure it out, of songs that are still older songs, but y'all hadn't recorded before. And you said that just for today, the one we played. The other ones, what were the other ones that you did on this album that you hadn't recorded before?
Ain't Got Time is one. It's an old Swanee River Boys song. that we just all we heard it one time and fell in love with it. Just got that kind of smooth, bouncy rhythm that they were kind of known for. And so we're big Swanee River Boy fans, so we like to kind of steal from them every now and then. That has some neat harmony stuff in it as well.
Well, let's just listen to it right quick then. How about
All
that?
right.
That'd be okay. Here's the Dixie
Sure.
Echoes and Ain't Got Time.
Well, I ain't got time, no time to stop and tarry.
Stop and tarry,
Ain't got time,
no time,
to stop and tarry.
stop and tarry.
Ain't got time to stop and tarry.
I got a message I must carry.
Ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
He said, preach and pray.
Preach and pray.
He said, for me to keep
Preaching and praying night and day. When the roll is called up yonder, I wanna be found in that number.
ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
And he told me,
He told me,
go shout and sing.
shout and sing.
He told me,
He told me,
go shout and sing.
shout and sing.
The Lord told me
To shout and sing and make the hallelujahs ring.
ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
He said, preach and pray.
Preach and pray.
He said,
For me to keep preaching and praying night and day. When the roll is called up yonder, I wanna be found in that number.
ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
He said,
Keep on preaching.
preach and pray.
I've been a-praying. He said for me to keep preaching and praying night and day. When the roll is called up yonder, I wanna be found in that number.
Ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
well, ain't got
Time to stop and tarry in this world.
There's some Dixie Echoes from the latest album and Ain't Got Time here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. Scoot Shelnut, our guest tonight. I forgot to ask you before we started, have you got anything to do or do you need to go anywhere or is it like your anniversary or anything? Or
No, not yet. No.
okay.
That's not till July. I think we're safe.
All right. Well, I didn't know about the whole birthday thing, and I'm feeling kind of sad about that because we're taking you away from your wife, but hey, she knows what she signed up for.
She's
so.
probably okay with it. She's just like, get on out of here.
Here. And it's featured on that song and the vast majority of the songs that y'all do. And I know we kind of talked on this when we visited last year before the concert, but how did that all come together with y'all kind of doing more of the exclusive 4-part harmony? And talk a little bit about what goes into when y'all find a song and decide to do that, and how much woodshedding do you have to do, or if you've done it long enough now that it's a little bit easier, or does it ever get easier?
It does take a lot more work than just your typical, quartet harmony. And it's a lot on the bass singer, but luckily Mark he's very musically inclined and he sang baritone before, because so the bass singer has to sing more of a baritone part than normal, because he's not just on that root 5 kind of bass line. Yeah, I guess as most quartets do. But yeah, Dad had started taking jazz music theory from a guitar teacher. He was learning some jazz stuff on the guitar, so he kind of started applying that to some of our harmonies, and it's completely changed the way we learn things and what we listen to now. When we hear a song, we're all kind of on the same wavelength. We're all kind of thinking, hey, this would sound good here, this would sound good here. And that kind of harmony doesn't come naturally to most people, and it's starting to kind of work its way into us just hearing it naturally now. But it still takes some work. It still takes a lot of thinking.
But
And none of us is known for thinking.
Need to get you a
know.
Gomer Pyle bucket.
Yeah,
Where you just
we got a
think
bucket.
and think.
Each of us got a bucket on the bus. We just think and think.
Well, and I picture I see I'm so confused. I can't even talk right. But I'm not a songwriter, but sometimes I will hear songs and I think, now that'd be a good song for whomever.
Right.
And I heard a song and I told you about it. Can I? Well, it's my show. I can do what I want to do.
That's
But
right.
the remaining members of Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver,
Yes.
when Doyle came off the road, they kept going and renamed themselves Authentic Unlimited,
I
and they
love them.
did a couple of albums, 2 or 3, I think, that they've already done, and one of them was an all gospel album, which
Hmm.
Doyle Lawson was known for doing his all gospel albums during the day. And I haven't done any research on this song to find out its history or if it's a new song or an old song. But the first time I heard it, when I was listening to that album, I said, that'd be a good Dixie Echoes guitar songs.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing. They're keeping that bluegrass tradition, but they've got kind of a fresh new sound, and they're really good. I really enjoyed listening to them lately.
And like I say, this doesn't have, and we may just all stay on camera because I just decided I wanted to do it, and I don't have the picture to put up there. But yeah, I want to hear. I want y'all to hear this. This is Authentic Unlimited, and the song is called "Hold On." If I can get it to come up here, let's go. And of course, it don't. There we go. Here it comes.
Well, hold on. I know it won't be long
Till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well,
Pray up,
and always look up.
look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud. Well, trials and troubles in your daily routine can get you sidetracked if you know what I mean. But my Lord Jesus, He's mighty and strong.
He can fix your troubles and it won't take long.
Well, hold on.
Hold on,
I know it won't be long
till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well,
Pray up,
and always look up.
look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud. Well, Jesus left, but He'll be back one day. So until then, never cease to pray. He went to build a place for you and me.
where we'll live together for eternity.
Well, hold on.
Hold on,
I know it won't be long
till we reach that city,
in the air.
he went to prepare.
Well,
Pray up,
and always look up.
look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud.
Look for my
Savior coming back in the cloud.
Authentic Unlimited. It's called Hold On here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. One of them spontaneous kind of deals that we
I
wanted
like
to play this evening. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if Trenton's still in the house with us tonight or not. But, I mean, I can hear you singing that, Trenton. Now y'all have to
tell you-
put some more true 4-part stuff on it, and Randy couldn't just sit there and just do the straight strumming on it. I know that, but what were
The
you
one
saying?
thing the one thing I heard missing was a bass guitar, and boy, y'all can
Yeah.
just pop it right in there, and there you go.
I've been looking for a bass player for a long time. Hey, speaking of those guys, my wife Penny, she's actually going to start booking for them some.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
She just talked to them not too long ago, so she's
Okay.
kind of their booking agent a little bit, and so if you want to book that group, make sure you give my wife a call and Book them.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. Well, let's see here. I think I've caught up on everybody that's checked in with us, but well, a couple, Blanche Duran and Lori Dawkins checked in with us. Appreciate that. And Trenton says, I'm still here.
There you go.
Scoot's like, you may want to bring him in. I'm ready to go lay down or something. Yeah, it's pretty awful. I have to sit here amongst these champions for so long.
Oh man, I ain't that old. I ain't ready to go to bed yet.
Well, look here. Here's another one. Jason Griggs checking in
Oh
from Endless
man.
Highway saying, hey to
Speaking of
Scoot.
bass players, he can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can play anything though. He's
But
one of those
Jason-
guys you hate because he's so talented.
Yeah.
A
And
lot
I
of
will
people
be-
loved him in Fayette back in November. We had
Yep.
them at the Fayette
They're-
Civic Center in
they're great.
November.
Oh, and now
Everybody
he
loved
comes
fantastic.
in with and the Champion Brothers. Yeah. Mhm. I guess the check cleared after all, did it?
Yeah, it must have. And we're not feuding either, Jason. We're not feuding at all.
Yes, that was one of those. Scoot, I can't remember if I told you it or Neal told you or not, but when we had Endless Highway here back in November, Jason couldn't get past the part where there were two brothers who sang in two different groups. He's like, "What happened? Did y'all have a falling out or something?"
A church split.
No.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, no, none of that
No,
happened. So
it was just life.
yeah, exactly. I think there's somebody you know, Scoot.
Hey,
Vincent
ain't Ned.
Seymour says,
Ain't
"Hey,
Ned.
nephew."
Hey,
So,
she
yeah.
can sing too. She's got the singing gene in her.
And I need to go back to Jason because I think if I'm thinking right, tomorrow is the new release of Endless Highway's new album.
Oh, cool.
So y'all be looking for that. Go to all your favorite downloadable places. You know, it was so much easier when you just said, go down to your local record store. There's not, but I think what 7 now left in the world as far as just true record
Just
stores.
about. Yeah.
Everybody
Right.
has to go to Goodwill like y'all do.
Yeah.
I can't believe I hadn't gotten in on that yet. But
McKay's. I hit up McKay's a lot. I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all
Yes.
heard of that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And it's
Chattanooga,
right.
Knoxville.
Chattanooga, Knoxville. I've been to one in Nashville one time, but I hit Chattanooga and Knoxville pretty often.
there's
Yep.
another one. Looks like they might be related to you. Katie
Oh,
Shelnut.
sweet Katie. Yeah, girl
Yeah.
singer. She's
And Jason said,
that's
yes,
that's
sir.
Dale
So-
Shelnut's other granddaughter.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. See,
That's
I knew it would
that's
work.
Andrews. My uncle Andrews, that's his daughter.
The combination of tagging you in the pre-show Facebook message and then you sharing it has brought a lot of folks in with us tonight, and we appreciate that.
She's a sweetheart. She was part of the Pensacola children's chorus for a long time.
Yeah.
So she's a little singer.
Well, right quick, let's kind of reset and kind of tell you why we're all here tonight and visiting with you. And that is because of a big event that's coming up a week from Saturday night at the Fayette Civic Center in Fayette, Alabama, the Dixie Echoes with Scoot Shelnut, which is right there, will be with us. We'll start at 6 o'clock. The doors open at 5. You don't need a ticket. Just come on and be with us. We will receive a love offering, but if you do need any other information or specific directions or whatever, just let us know on here. We'll be glad to tell you whatever you need to know, or give Neal a call, 205-664-3803, and come and be with us on March 18th.
Indeed.
Well, let's see here. Scoot, you call what you want to play off of the latest record.
Oh
mean,
man, let's see. How about this will probably answer a lot of requests. I'll Take Jesus. It's
Okay.
on there. We re-recorded that one. That's Dad's best song to me. He wrote that I think in 1973 or 74, somewhere around there. And it was a very, very popular song for a long time, and a lot of groups and has recorded that one. And Jason Crabb recorded it fairly recently. And I remember getting a call or a text from a friend of mine that plays piano with Jimmy Swaggart, plays keyboards and does some of his recording things. And he texted me one night and said, "What's the words on that on I'll Take Jesus? We're fixing to sing that song on the Swaggart's broadcast."
Oh,
So he wanted to make sure the words were right. So a lot of folks have recorded that and sung that down through the years. So let's
Great
play
song.
that before.
Well, here it is from the Dixie Echoes, and I'll Take Jesus here on the Champion Brothers broadcast with our special guest, Scoot Shelnut.
As they gambled for the robe he wore, they chose a worldly trail, and they didn't think of eternity as the soldier drove the nail. Will we learn from what they've done, or make that same mistake? Jesus or the world, my friend, which one will you take? I'll take Jesus. I'll take Jesus. I've tried those earthly pleasures and they fail. When you see the gates of heaven, you'll hear the Master say, me or the world, my child, which one did you take? When the pages in my life have turned and time is rolled away, the greatest deeds that I have done won't help me on that day. And all my earthly treasures that I have laid away, they'll be to me just a memory, and this you'll hear me say, I'll take Jesus. I'll take Jesus. I tried those earthly pleasures and they fail. When you see the gates of heaven, you'll hear the Master say, me or the world, my child, which one did you take? I'll take Jesus.
The Dixie Echoes and I'll Take Jesus off of their latest release called Music and Melody here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. Well, Scoot Shelnut is our guest tonight. And boy, that's just so good. I mean, it's just like y'all never recorded a bad song, have you?
I beg to differ.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm not going to quiz you any further.
We
'cause
probably
that's-
have, yeah, down through the years. I'm sure there's been some bad ones.
I'd say probably at least in the last 20 years or so, they hadn't been very many, if any.
Yeah, we've tried to call those, but
So let me see. I was going to get in here some other stuff. Jason Griggs with his Captain Obvious moment of the night. Scoot is the most underrated baritone singer. He's amazing, multi-talented player as well. Amazing man. Yes, sir. You are
man, I ain't got
correct
no
on all
money to
counts.
give you. I don't know why you keep saying all those things.
And Wesley Smith has chimed in. Yes, they have. Okay, recorded
Probably
a bad song.
recorded
I
bad
guess is what-
songs. They all featured the tenor.
And wait. Speaking of which, Trenton Williamson. I'm no kin to the monkey. Okay, mighty fine.
Oh,
Trying to get back on track, Randall Sutherland says now I'm on the right one. Howdy, y'all, because he was on Chosen Witnesses page a while ago and said howdy, y'all. So
yeah. Right.
couple of things I wanted to mention. I was talking about Endless Highway, and I wanted to make sure that I said it right. I know that Love Carried the Cross is their latest single from Endless Highway that is off of the new album, which is called This Is the Moment, which will be released tomorrow on all the streaming profiles or wherever you get your music from these days. Go and get that. And then, Scoot, I wanted to talk about something that both you and the Dixie Echoes and Endless Highway are involved in. That's coming up just in, well, a week after we get through with our singing next Saturday night. Y'all are going to be heading up to the road not too far from here to Gadsden, Alabama, for a big event celebrating the anniversary of the Big and Live album from the
Yes,
Kingsmen. I'll put that little flyer up there and talk a little bit about that. I know that's going to be some exciting times.
that's going to be a historic event. If like you said, 50th anniversary of the Big and Live album, which is just an iconic album in gospel music. And kind of the reason we're there, the very same night, 50 years ago, Dixie Echoes recorded a live album, which was kind of one of our iconic albums also. The one with Trouble in My Way and Come in the Prayer Room, uh, and the Hallelujah Square. Those songs were on that album. And it's going to be so much fun. They're doing a all live band for that night we're there. And I'm fortunate enough to be the bass player for that. So it'll be me and Corey Pearson, and I think Randy Miller is going to play, and it's just going to be a blast.
And the Dixie Echoes will be there singing on Saturday night, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Along with, I had to put on my spectacles because I can't read that little type on there. But
I can't either.
the Kingsmen will be there with a big and live band. Dennis
Yeah.
Swanberg will be there. The Dixie Echoes, Endless Highway, and Jonathan Wilburn. That's at 5 o'clock on Saturday night, the 25th. On Friday night, starting at 6:30, it'll be Kingsman, Gold City, Gordon Moat, and Jonathan Wilburn, and the Big and Live Quartet, which will be, I think, Radine Reese and Johnny
Yeah.
Perrick and Bob
Oh yeah.
Sellers and Arthur Rice. So that'll
Yeah.
be some good times too. And then on Saturday morning, the 25th at 10:30, they're just going to have, I guess you'd call it like an old round table, a visit with Ray Dean Reese and Nick Bruno and Johnny Perrick. Nick was the piano player on the Big and Live album. And Danny Jones, I hadn't seen him in a long time. I may just go up there just see Danny, if nothing else. But he's going to be emceeing all the events. But there's the information. If you want to go to the Kingsman's page on Facebook, the Kingsman Quartet page, you can find all the pertinent information if you want to get tickets and whatnot. But I wanted to be sure and mention that tonight as well. So that's going to be some big fun up the road in Gaston. A little bit of trivia that I saw, I think somebody posted it on Facebook, but that picture that's on the top of the flyer there was the cover of the Big and Live album, which was not taken at the recording of Big and Live in Gadsden. They said that picture was actually taken in Chattanooga like a week later or something like that. They said
I
the
didn't know
night
that.
of Big and Live, they wore some bright yellow suits. And it
Well,
was like,
there you go.
well, Big and Live, Big Bird, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but oh, look, Corey Pearson's checking in tonight.
Coco.
And can't wait to get to play with these amazing musicians. That's going to be good. And of course, he says Scoot is the best. Dang,
No,
you going to owe a lot
no.
of people before this night's over.
I know, man. I had to borrow some money from y'all. I got to see Corey last week. He came down and stayed with me. We went to Glenn Allred's house
Ah,
and visited with his wife and son, and we just had a great time. And my favorite musician is Corey. Besides my dad, he's the most talented guy that I've ever met. Plays everything and plays everything well. He's not a slouch on anything he's ever played. And so he's one of my musical heroes for sure.
and when we were talking about the whole payment, he just said PayPal me, Scoot. So. But yeah, I was thinking a while ago back when we were playing Now I Have Everything. I was like, well, if I was going to rate baritone singers as far as my personal favorites down through the years, I'd have to just put them in alphabetical order because I couldn't put them in any particular order, a one or whatever. But my three would be Glenn Allred, Doyot, and Scoot Shelnut. So, I mean,
Wow.
it just, yeah.
To
And
be
I've
in
said
that
that
company,
behind your back and to your face. So,
I appreciate that. That's Glenn was my hero. He was my very favorite, And Doy, man, he was so smooth and so consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Another very talented guy that he played piano and accordion very well.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know he played, but no, he was a great musician.
Yeah. He'd slide over on Getaway Jordan when Hovey'd get in.
Yeah.
But that was some great memories too. Speaking of great memories, of a lady that watches us quite often, Judy Armstrong, had sent me a message earlier today when I was talking about talking about the Dixie Echoes tonight. And she got to sing with Ken Cook, who sings with us in Faithful Friends now, with the Colombians back in the day. And she said that every night they opened with this song that I'm fixing to play right now, but this is the Dixie Echoes version of it. And I know that I think I did get the album cover pulled up here. But let's go back and get another classic song from the Dixie Echoes called Sail Away Home here on the Champion Brothers broadcast.
I may be on a train, I may be on a plane, when I hear my final call. I may be on the ground when I hear the trumpet sound. It really doesn't matter at all. I may be on a trip, I may be on a ship, but no matter where I roll, on the land or on the sea, protected I will be, and I know I'll sail away home. I'll sail away home, oh, sail away home. I'll leave this world behind. I'll sail away home. To heaven I will climb. Oh, I can hardly wait to step inside the gate, see Jesus on his throne. Someday by and by, in the twinkling of an eye, I know I'll sail away home. It may be night or noon, it may be very soon. He will come like a thief in the night. He'll come with all his power. It could be any hour when I take my final flight. I'll sail away with these faster than any breeze or astronaut you've known. The time is very near, soon Jesus will appear, and I know I'll sail away home. I'll sail away home, oh, sail away home. I'll leave this world behind. I'll sail away to heaven I will climb. Oh, I can hardly wait to step inside the gate, see Jesus on his throne. Someday by and by, in the twinkling of an eye, I know I'll sail away home. And I'll sail home away, I'll leave this world behind. I'll sail away to heaven I will climb. Oh, I can hardly wait to step inside the gate, see Jesus on his throne. Someday by and by, in the twinkling of an eye, I know I'll sail away home. Sail away home, sail away home, sail away home.
Classic from the Dixie Echoes, and I'll sail away home here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to switch it around here for just a second. Neal's not back on camera yet, Scoot, so I'm going to try to put him over there and you over there. But Corey beat me to it. He said Randy Allred singing bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because we were talking about Glenn there a little bit, but tell the folks who was in that group, that version of the Dixie Echoes.
Well, that was my grandfather Dale Shelnut there on the left, and my dad right there beside him, and my uncle Andrew, Dad's brother, right there, and then Randy Allred. So
yeah, so that was some good times, and I remember in my early radio days playing songs off of that album, and Heaven's Echoes, I think, was on that album.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when I was a little kid, that was one of the first albums I remember listening to in front of the big stereo we used to have, stretch from wall to wall. Yeah, and that was I remember playing that album quite a bit when I was little.
But talking about your grandfather Dale, a lot of folks around here know it, but some may not. But he was just from up the road here in Guin, Alabama, and I saw where y'all's travels had taken you through there not too awfully long ago, and they've got a monument there in downtown Guin to Dale Shelnut, and had the Dale Shelnut Day back in the 70s and early 80s that we used to all pile into whatever vehicle we had and go up there and listen to some great music. But so Dale Shelnut, we claim him here in Northwest Alabama.
Well, he claimed it too. He was proud of his hometown of Ewing. That's for sure. He was just a well-loved guy everywhere.
Yeah.
And one of those kind that you never heard a bad word said about him. And that makes me proud that, that he was my grandfather. And I got to know him a little bit before he passed so young. I was 4.5 when he passed away, but we spent a lot of time together. I spent a lot of time with him at the farm, and we hung out quite a bit. So he was a good papa, that's for sure.
Yeah. And don't want to leave out your grandfather on the other side, your mom's dad, who left us last year. Is that right? Or earlier this year?
Early this year.
In
January this year.
But talking about Daddy Paul Vincent too.
Yeah. And he's another one of those that nobody had a bad word to say about Daddy Paul. He was everybody's buddy. And another one of my heroes singing wise and just in life, just not many can match Daddy Paul. He was just a one-of-a-kind personality. And I sure miss him every day.
Yep, absolutely. So some good times and some good bloodlines there that you came out of. But we are just kind of visiting with Scoot Shelnut tonight, talking about our singing that's coming up next Saturday night, the 18th, a week from this Saturday night at the Fayette Civic Center in Fayette, Alabama, right there on Temple Avenue, right in downtown Fayette. And we'll start at 6 o'clock. Doesn't cost you anything to get in. Just come on and receive a blessing from the Dixie Echoes. Chosen Witness will be singing. Faithful Friends will be doing some singing too. But most of the night will belong to the Dixie Echoes, and you don't want to miss it, especially if you like good quartet singing, because it doesn't get any better. That's why part of the reason we're bringing them. And they're good guys too. So
I'm glad you have low expectations.
Oh, stop. Let's see here. Pam Baker checking in and saying, "Hey guys," and Mike Franklin says, "My hero." He's not very specific,
Mike,
but
that's a tenor singing machine right there.
You got that right. He was with us last week on the program, so we enjoyed having Mike with us last week, and thank you for stopping back by tonight, Mike. Hope everything is well over in Arkansas tonight, even though they just went down by a point. Oh, no, they just went up.
Ooh.
Arkansas and Auburn's playing in the SEC basketball tournament. I've got it over here. I've been watching it one eye tonight. But, it's come down. There's 11 seconds left, and Arkansas's up by 1. So you never know what's going to happen. But enough about the round ball. Y'all came by tonight. So.
I'm supposed to sing at Mike's funeral. I hadn't forgot, Mike, so don't worry about it.
He told us that story last week. He sure did.
He did. Yep.
So, yep, there you go. There's your validation on the other end. It sure would help if you could go ahead and schedule that now. So,
yeah, let me know when it's going to be so I can kind of make plans.
Please, whatever you do, Mike, don't schedule your funeral for March 18th of any year. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Annie's birthday, and we don't want Scoot to miss more than one. So.
No. I'm already in the doghouse enough for this one. Yeah.
Oh, see, now I'm feeling guilty all over again.
Oh, boy.
Neal, what you got on your mind?
Man, I'm just soaking it up tonight. I tell you, I am. Yeah, my mind's just soaking it all in, loving every bit of it.
Well, Scoot, go ahead.
I was going to say that there was one other song I was thinking about because I think you guys have recently started doing this some live in concerts. I don't know that you recorded it recently, but and it was another one that your granddad did off of that self-titled album, In Times Like These. And y'all been singing In Times Like These. I know I've heard you a couple of times recently doing that. Mm-hmm. And particularly interesting thing about that album that I didn't know until you told me here just some time back. That was the first album your dad was on, right?
It was. That was his very first album. He was 13 years old on that cover. Standing there
Wow.
holding that bass guitar that was almost as big as he was.
That was cool. Yeah, but Chris, if you've got that song, I would like
Yeah.
I'd like to share it. Yeah, but the original, I guess you'd say, from the In Times Like These album.
Another gospel memory from the Dixie Echoes from 69.
69, I believe it,
like these.
In times like these, we need the Savior. In times like these, we need an anchor. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. In times like these, we need the Bible. In times like these, we need revival. Be very sure. Be so very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. This rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. Yes, he's the one. This rock is Jesus, the only one. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock.
The Dixie Echoes, and In Times Like These, here on the Champion Brothers broadcast. Visiting with Scoot Shelnut tonight, and Scoot, let me scoot you over again so you can go. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be, but help me out here. That's Ken standing up, Ken Turner, and
Yeah,
then
Ken
Dale.
Turner.
Who was the tenor singer on that album?
Coy Cook. That's
Okay.
Coy Cook. Yeah. And
And
Joe
then-
Whitfield knelt down there.
Right. And
And
Sue.
Sue Whitfield, the piano player. And I'm sitting here trying to think of that guitar player's name, and has completely escaped me.
Yeah. But on the different colored coat, holding
Yeah.
up the bass guitar, none other than Southern Gospel Hall of Famer Randy Shelnut. So-
Yeah, that's him.
But yeah, that was some mighty fine times remembering that. And you were talking about your granddad earlier, and Dale Shelnut, and what he meant to gospel music and all that kind of thing. You know, we talk about those landmark events in our life, big news stories, like in current times, you can pretty much tell everybody knows where they were when 9/11 happened, when the shuttle
Right.
blew up, that kind of thing. And for me, one of those, I'm not sure why, I'll always remember that. And I can just about take you to the exact spot on Highway 96 between Millport and Fayette, where I was taking a class at what was then called Brewer State Junior College. It was my junior year in high school, and was listening to Wayne Wallace on the Dixie Gospel Caravan coming home after class that night, and heard the announcement that Dale had passed away, and just, and it was just like, No, that can't happen. No.
It was. It was.
But
It
I
was just
will,
such a shock to
yeah.
everyone. And I've had people tell me that kind of story before. Charlie Burke was one. He told me that they were in a board meeting at the NQC, and when they all found out, and it was just like the room was just stunned. That that nobody saw it coming because he was so young. He was 47 years old when he passed away,
And
and
that was 82 or 83?
83,
Three? Yeah.
83, May of 83. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was one of the, and then Wayne Wallace, who was such a big influence on me as a radio guy, and had that. And of course, nobody had ever heard of cell phones or social media or anything like
Right.
that. So, it was just one of those, you got it when you got it
Hmm.
news items kind of things. But yeah, that'll always be. And I remember seeing Dale with the Dixie Echoes at Dale Shelnut Day in Guin down through the years too. So, but the current version of the Dixie Echoes, with a couple of Dale Shelnut descendants in it, will be with us a week from Saturday night at the Fayette Civic Center. At 6 o'clock is when we're going to start. Doors open up at 5 or whenever we feel like opening them, whichever comes first.
That's right. That's right.
And it won't cost you anything to get in the door. Just come on and be with us. We're going to have a great time, and looking forward to Trenton Williamson making his debut in Fayette, Alabama. Well, Mark too, I guess, because I
Yeah.
don't think, yeah, both of
Yeah.
those.
Jordan. I think Jordan was with us last time we
Yeah,
were
the
there.
bookends will be different, but the sound will be just as great as you expect it to be from the Dixie Echoes. And I hope that y'all will come and be with us. And well, we've been here, what, a little over an hour now. So again, tell Penny I'm sorry or congratulations, whichever is in order. But thank you for hanging in here with us for a while. But
Man, it's been fun.
start to wrap up. Neal, you got anything else you want to share?
I believe my mind's clear now, so no, that's good.
But y'all, please come and be with us. And Scoot, thank you for taking this time with us tonight. Not everybody would come and just hang out with us when you got so many other things to do. And I'm sure, was it this weekend or last weekend that your schedule said you had off? Was that?
This weekend, yeah,
Okay.
this weekend
All
coming up.
right.
So yeah, we're taking a little rest.
Well,
We
good.
got to get all prepared for the big Fayette singing.
There you go. I like it.
Okay. If that's what you want to go with, that's fine with us. But again, thank you to everybody who chimed in with us tonight, or if you're watching this later on, we appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us tonight, and look forward to seeing y'all next Saturday night, the 18th, at the Fayette Civic Center. And Neal, I reckon, we'll do one next week too, I guess, won't we?
Yeah, we'll probably remind everybody one more time. Yeah,
We'll get
sure
back
will.
in here. So, Scoot, you got in early. We're not going to put the pressure on you right beforehand. So. But, buddy, safe travels to y'all this weekend and next weekend. I know you said you're getting some rest this weekend, so that's great. Take Penny out for a nice dinner because we're taking
I
her.
totally plan on it. We were
Okay,
talking about it
thank you.
earlier. So
I'm feeling better
since
already.
since y'all stealing me away from her on her birthday, I'm
Oh,
gonna take her out this
Oh,
weekend.
boy.
But thank y'all again for joining us. Look forward to seeing y'all next Saturday night, the 18th in Fayette, Alabama. And y'all take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.